All right. Hello, 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 everybody. Oh my God. I'm so excited. My girl Shayla and I were just talking a little bit before we hit that live button on here. But first thing I want to ask you guys, those of you who registered, let me know which interview that you enjoyed the most, right? We have some amazing speakers about to hop on. We have an amazing young lady today that I'm about to interview. We have some amazing presentations coming up. And I love doing these type of summits because you guys are going to get access to some amazing women who are experts in their game. All right. So I have my girl Shayla Franklin on. And if you are an entrepreneur or you're trying to pivot your business, you need to connect with her, honey, because she offers a service that, in my personal opinion, every single business needs. Okay, so without further ado, let me make sure you come off mute, love. Miss Shayla, let me see if I can get you off this mute button. Come off mute, love. I'm going to have her introduce herself. Go ahead, Shayla, when you're ready.
Hey y'all, my name is Shayla. I am housed down here in Texas. I own Mad K Virtual Assistants. A lot of people ask me, where did that come from? Well, for me, my business is a family business. So my son name is Maddox, my daughter name is Kaylin. Put it together, it's Mad K, and this is our service. We definitely enjoy servicing other people. And for me, I want to make sure that entrepreneurs, small business owners, whatever you decide to call yourself, are in a position to grow. And I'm going to be here to take over those things that will limit your growth.
I love that you said that. Take over those things that will limit your growth. And you are building an amazing family owned empire. I love that. Now, you and I were speaking earlier, and this is like probably one of my favorite topics to talk about because I think that, not only does every single person who's running an online business needs services like yours, but also I know this is sometimes a hot topic for most online businesses because not everyone is successful at implementing automation in their businesses. Sometimes it takes years, for us to really start to merge automation into our business fully in the way that we need to be. Okay, so automating your business, guys, is not a overnight thing. It's a process. It's a journey. It's a journey. It's you may switch, you may hire and fire some people, or you may take away some systems and add some new systems on, adjust some systems. So it's not something that when you're hiring somebody like Shayla, this is a long-term lifetime investment in your businesses, so and your businesses, later businesses that you may be adding on. All right, so my first question for you is this, because I know this is something that may be a controversial question, or maybe people may not fully understand, what does automation look like for today's business?
Okay, absolutely. So most people think that with automation, you have to be super techy, but it could be as simple as setting up a process, just a standard onboarding process for your new clients. It's really about implementing systems to complete repetitive tasks without human labor. So I guess even to simplify that more, you can think of it as less human error, more streamlined workflows, and more time for yourself, taking away those things that you are constantly doing the same thing of, and just letting a computer do it for you.
That's right. That's right. I think that sums it up in a, like you said, not so technical way. It's streamlining what you do. And even with that, it is a process. Like, I want y'all to, those of you who are watching live, I want y'all to put in the comments, type in the number one if you feel that type in one if you feel that there's a lot of things that's on your to-do list right now that just keeps going on to the next week and the next week and the next week, right? It's the same thing over and over again. And I have to say, one of the ways to solve that is to look at what's currently on your list and say, okay, how can I systemize this? How can I write this out and maybe create some instructionals or what have you, or get a system to actually take this over, right? And automate this process so I can then get to the next big project or big picture vision in my business. Okay. So I think that's a really, really great tip. I mean, what do you think about that, Shayla?
Absolutely. And a lot of those things that you are looking on your to-do list, oh, I like to call them opportunities. Because if you think about to do, it's like, oh, I'm forced to do that. No, I have an opportunity to better my business. So what opportunities do I have on there that I can make a process? I'll write out exactly what I do and then pass them over to virtual assistant, someone that will be able to do this exactly the way that you want it done without you having to constantly watch out for them.
I love that. I love that so much. You know, it brings me to my second question is, why is it better? Okay, let me slow down for a minute because I get so excited about this subject. Why is it better to have a hands-off approach when it comes to automation?
Honestly, one person can only do so much. As you were stating, entrepreneurs usually start out by handling everything, being an HR, CEO, the assistant, customer service. And not to mention, if you're a mom at home, all of those other tasks that you have to complete in that 24 hours too. My favorite thing to ask people is, how do you spend your time? Now, this question helps to understand where automation will be beneficial to you just on a day-to-day basis. Taking the hands-off approach really gives you more time back in your day so that you are not having to worry about those repetitive tasks, doing the same things over and over. You can focus on, creating new content for your followers. If you are a coach, and there are new things you need to create to help your client, that now once you start growing, you'll notice it's really impossible to handle everything all, because remember, we only got those 24 hours. So really your choice in the matter is going to be either to stunt your growth or give up control, allow someone else to do these things. And even if it's just a system, a computer that's repeating the task for you, just give it up. It's okay to let someone else do it.
That's right. That is so true. And I love how you say you could stunt your growth or limit it. And most times we are bottlenecking our businesses and not really even realizing it. In the past, that term solopreneur was like the cool thing to say. I know when I first started out in business, do it all yourself, and take a class on how to do Canva and all these other things. And then after a while, you get into burnout. I've gone into burnout where I was just like, oh my God, because I left my job back in 2017. And, from then to now, I had 2 additional kids on top of the 3 kids that I had previously. And when you have life and also life demands and also business demands, and with life demands, you got to be hands-on, right? You have to just be hands-on. And in business, you have to say, listen, I need to get rid of some stuff that I have on my to-do list, on my project board or what have you, and create some automation. Automation is your best friend. And that's the other thing about automation is that you could be automating something, a whole process, and then later on you can shift it and change it, like add on things, take some stuff off or what have you. We was just laughing earlier about this, and this is going to bring me to my third question about some of the common mistakes that we see most entrepreneurs make when it comes to automation, is purchasing all of these different systems, and I'm only saying this because I'm guilty of this. I was guilty of this early on, where I think I was paying out almost $1,000 per month just on systems, and and then trying to not use all these systems that need was kind of hard, because I'm like, oh my God, this person's using this, so I got to use it. You know what I mean? So my next question for you is, what are some mistakes you see entrepreneurs make when they're automating their businesses?
And my thing is not automating, just simply not doing it.
Absolutely.
It seems like it's almost impossible to set up a nice, easy flowing automation when you have those 5 to 10 different systems you're using. What I would always recommend is research on what it is that you currently have. See which tools do the same thing so that you can minimize that unnecessary purchasing, save you a little bit of money, but use those functions in the system, because a lot of these different tools do the same thing, and you maybe need to upgrade, $10 more to have an additional feature on there, but really using the tools and systems that you have, kind of condensing and make sure that you have what it is you need in those specific tools, and then allowing yourself enough time to research, really get to know those tools, and then use them to the best of your ability.
That's
And if
right.
you need help with them, I can promise you there are a ton of groups and help desks, also me, that
Yep.
allow you to get the information and the questions answered. I've always been one of those people that I click to find out first. And then if I absolutely can't figure it out myself, then I'll go and ask for help. But they have a ton of resources that help you to really understand how to use the systems that you have.
I love that. I love that. And, you know, with me, you know, I teach email marketing. We do a lot of things with our private clients with email marketing. I always say that whatever system you get, even for that, make sure you're using all the features. You know, a lot of times people only using like maybe 10% of the features and not really unlocking or finding out how they can use everything else, you know, and sometimes you're buying another system when the system that you already are paying for is already covering that. So I'm glad that we touched on this. And, you know, like, what is your presentation going to be about?
I'll be speaking on time management. This kind of will go into how automation can help you. It's so important that we really get a control on what happens during our day-to-day. I always like to even tell my kids there are small habits that we don't pay attention to if we're not intentionally looking for them that will cause you to spend a lot of time wasting your days away. We'll start thinking so much on how we don't have time for anything and not really finding ways that we can make time. And delegation will be a lot of that you think, well, you just absolutely have to do because you're the business owner or you're the mom or, you know, whatever it is. And no, you don't. Even automating your home life, time, getting that time management portion under control and figuring out what you absolutely have to do, what you have time to do, and what you can give away will really give you back the time that you need. I always think when we're going into business, people talk about the money, like I want to have a money, I want to be a millionaire, I want to do this and that. But the ultimate goal is freedom.
That's
I want to
right.
be free to go do whatever I want, whenever.
Amen.
So if my time is managed properly and I'm delegating what it is that I need, guess what? I can get up and go wherever I want to and when,
That's right.
whatever time. So
That's
I am
right.
excited to be able to talk about that time management and help so many people really get things under control and help them refocus and shift their mindset on that.
I love that. And I can't wait to listen to your presentation. I know those who are watching here live also cannot wait to hear your presentation as well. And like, you know, I was saying earlier, you mentioned this as well. It's like we implement automation so for the fact that we can do more of the things that we love to do, you know, that we really desire to do. For most of us moms, you know, you may be a mom and you want to spend more time with your kids, or you want to travel more, you want to, you know, like I said earlier, you may want to do bigger picture projects, you know, in your business, like maybe with PR or something like that, you know. So definitely, if you're not automating, you're not building that foundational automation in your business, you're not going to see that light at the end of the tunnel. So definitely, guys, make a lookout for Miss Shayla's presentation. Is going to be phenomenal. All right. So I thank you guys so much for watching. We have another interview coming up. And as always, don't forget, get out there and dominate, because it's time to design the life that you, in fact, deserve. Till next time. Bye, guys.
Thank you.